A huge win at Anfield last night to put us 13 points clear at the top of the table. Also, a little thanks to the Gunners for a shocking performance away to Forest on the same night. Things couldn't be better for Liverpool right now. And things will continue to get better as Liverpool have been handed a massive boost ahead of their enormous Champions League clash with PSG. We will cover this in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Mohamed Salah bagged yet another goal contribution in Liverpool's 2-0 win over Newcastle, with one statistic summing up how special he is. The Reds are purring currently, seeing off the Magpies with consummate ease at Anfield on Wednesday evening. For Arne Slot's side, Premier League title glory is edging closer all the time, helped by further drop points by Arsenal at Nottingham Forest. Dominic Szoboszlai and Alexis Mac Allister got the goals for Liverpool on the night, and Salah was on hand to tee up the latter in front of the Kop in the second half. If there is any doubt about what a phenomenal season he is having, statistician Andrew Beasley has highlighted the 32-year-old's genius. He compared how similar Liverpool and Arsenal's attackers have even been this season in terms of goal contributions across all competitions. Bukayo Saka, 22, leads the way. Impressive given his lengthy injury absence in fairness, with Cody Gakpo, 21, just behind him. Kai Havertz, 19, and Luis Diaz, 16 are next up, with Szoboszlai, 12, and Leandro Trossard, 12, sharing 5th place. But as Beasley points out, this is all pretending that Salah doesn't exist. Quite remarkably, the Egyptian has 52 goal contributions for the campaign, with 31 goals and 21 assists to his name. That's more than double any of Liverpool and Arsenal's attacking players, with nobody in any of Europe's top 5 leagues ahead of Salah. At this point, this has to be spoken of as one of the greatest individual seasons in not only the Premier League, but the history of English football. While so many Liverpool players are enjoying campaigns to treasure, from Virgil van Dijk to Ryan Gravenberch, Salah is the man who is dragging the Reds to the title. The last time he failed to score or assist in a game was the 2-0 win at Brentford on January 18th, playing 9 times since then. Salah is coasting towards the PFA Player of the Year award. He will become the first ever player to win it 3 times, and he is also the current favourite to win the Ballon d'Or later this year. Now, Liverpool have been handed a huge boost ahead of their Champions League clash with PSG, as after 5 Premier League games in 15 days, Alexis Mac Allister could not hide how much the Liverpool squad are ready for an extended break ahead of their trip to PSG next week. In just 15 days, Liverpool met Everton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Man City, and Newcastle in the league, accumulating 11 points and extending their lead at the top of the table to 13. Arne Slot used 19 players during the run, with 3 playing every minute and only Federico Chiesa left unused. After another tireless display in the 2-0 win over Newcastle, Mac Allister spoke of how the players have discussed their energy levels as they looked forward to a 7-day turnaround. "We need it, definitely," Mac Allister told TNT Sports of the Reds' gap between Newcastle and PSG. "We were talking, and we are a little bit tired. This week, it will be nice to get some rest and some days off, thanks to Arne." With the hectic run now over, the Reds have the rare luxury of 7 days between games after being knocked out of the FA Cup, with their next outing at PSG on Wednesday, March 5th. It will be Liverpool's biggest gap between games since the start of the year, when there was a week separating their trip to West Ham and the visit of Man United. Slot's squad will now have 2 days off to put their feet up and recover from their excerpts over the last fortnight before returning to training on Saturday. The players have 2 days off. Saturday we go back and focus on Paris Saint-Germain, more than we focus on the league table in the Premier League, Slot explained to TNT Sports. "I would have loved to play in the FA Cup because the likes of Harvey Elliott, Jarell Quansah, Federico Chiesa, for them it would have been really good to have a game." Liverpool will travel to Paris on Tuesday after a training session at the AXA Training Centre, before Slot and a member of his squad talk to the press later that evening in the French capital. With Champions League progression, a cup final and 3 points still on the line before the March international break, this gap between games comes at an invaluable time. Before we get into the next story, if you are enjoying today's video, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, Virgil van Dijk will reinforce to the dressing room there is no room for complacency. After rejecting suggestions, Liverpool's title quest was almost there. A 2-0 win over Newcastle, coupled with Arsenal's draw at Nottingham Forest, opened up a 13-point lead at the top, and Opta now rate their chances of winning a first Premier League in 5 years at 98.7%. Most observers agree the race is over, as even if the Gunners win all their remaining games, one of which is Anfield's penultimate league match in May, Arne Slot's side would have to lose 3 and draw at least one of their final 10 fixtures for the situation to be reversed. Supporters are certainly convinced, as they sang loudly about winning the league during the win over Newcastle, but Van Dijk is keen to maintain a level head. They can sing whatever they want, we definitely enjoy the atmosphere. We have to deal with that, he said. There is no almost there. There are 10 more games to go for us and nothing is decided yet. Until it gets decided, we don't get carried away whatsoever. I'm going to be the boring guy in that sense because I'm going to say, on to the next, keep calm. You have to enjoy winning games, but not for too long, as you play almost every 3 days. We have put ourselves in a very good position, but it doesn't mean that anything is done. I keep reminding players and also the outside world, you guys in the media, that there is no time and space for complacency. The message before Newcastle was we had to show what we are all about, because after a very good win against Man City, to drop points or have a bad performance would mean the performance against City doesn't stand for anything. Liverpool have come through a testing 15-day phase to take 11 points from matches against Everton, Wolves, Aston Villa, Manchester City and Newcastle, and in all that time they have only been behind for 21 minutes. When they last won the title in 2020, they were 22 points clear of Manchester City, who had a match in hand at this stage and would have set a new record for the earliest securing of the trophy had COVID not interrupted the season for 3 months. In the end, they won it with 7 matches of the campaign still left. They have only one league match in March, but should they continue to have a 13-point lead, they would win the title with 4 games to spare, at home to Tottenham on April 26th. Although if they were to win their next 3 and Arsenal lost 4 in a row, that would be brought forward to the first week of April. The earliest date a title has been won by was April 14th, when Manchester United were crowned champions in 2001. But March will be dominated by a Champions League last 16 tie against Paris Saint-Germain and the Carabao Cup final, where they will face Newcastle again. A final is always different and we are very wary of the threat they possess, said Van Dijk. We know that Alexander Isak, who missed the Anfield defeat with injury, is definitely the most informed striker at the moment in world football, so you know when he's back, that will give them a boost. Now we can switch off our minds for a day at least, and then focus on getting in best shape again. What do you make of this? Virgil van Dijk's firm stance against complacency reflects Liverpool's focus and determination as they approach the final stretch of the season. With a commanding lead at the top of the Premier League, Van Dijk's message is clear. Nothing is decided yet, and maintaining focus game by game is crucial. The Reds are in a strong position to secure their first league title in 5 years, but with key fixtures ahead in the Champions League and domestic competitions, their captain's reminder to stay level-headed will be essential in keeping the momentum going. What do you make of the skipper's comments? Do you agree? Let me know down below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool news. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.